In this video, I'm gonna show you my favorite add-ons to work with architectural visualization inside of Blender. And those add-ons are my favorites because they are helping me to get faster and to focus more in the artistic side of architectural visualization and less on the technical stuff where I need to think about samples, I think about render time, so on and so forth. So, if you don't know me, my name is Augusto Cesar. I work with architectural visualization for about 5 years, and I'm now working in this YouTube channel to show how to use Blender for architectural visualization. So, if you like this kind of content, please, I invite you to subscribe and click the notification bell so every time I post a new video, you will know, okay? Anyway, without further ado, let me show my favorite add-ons for architectural visualization inside of Blender. The number one is an add-on that comes with Blender and has a free and a paid version. This add-on is called Arch-Pack. You can find here in Edit Preference, you can just type Arch and you will find here. Some people like the Arch Mesh as well. I'm not a fan. I need to tell you the truth that I'm not a real fan of this add-on. I really like the Arch-Pack, and the reason for that is because I get a really interesting result fast. As you can see, these window frames here are really realistic. They are really they have a lot of variation, and I don't need to spend a lot of time with that. This add-on, I can just come here, place my 3D cursor, press Shift A and add a window as fast as you can see, and you can move those handles here up and down and change the aspect of your window as you go. Okay, for example, I can turn on those manipulation stuffs and I can increase the size and the steps and everything else inside of Blender. This add-on is really handy, and it also has a paid version, so I invite you to click the link on the description. This is not a paid link in any way because I don't know how to get affiliation links from them, but I know that the paid stuff is as good as the free stuff. Okay, so Arch-Pack is one of my favorites because make my work really fast when it matters to add doors, windows, roofs, anything related to architectural visualization, as you can see. Okay, so let's go to the next add-on. The next add-on that I really like is an add-on called Photographer. This add-on is amazing for me because, as you can see, this is a render that I'm using here in my computer, and I can go in this add-on and change a lot of stuff as I'm going, so I don't need to think that like a technician that knows the deep knowledge about Blender. I just need to know how cameras work in the real world, what is the necessary thing to work with architectural visualization. You need to work like a photographer that has the power of God, basically that. So I can change it to false color, and I can change the exposure of my scene as I'm trying to get the best result possible. I also can update the light threshold to the best for my screen, and I can adjust it as I'm going without too much trouble. Okay, so if I turn off the false color, you can see I changed the look of the scene entirely, but just by changing the exposure values, as you can see. And I can also use white balancing, and I can change the resolution for each individual rendering or camera, as you can see, which is really great to work with. Sometimes Blender don't have that option to have different configurations for different cameras, and this add-on brings me this possibility. But the best part of this add-on is really the fact that it has his own field here in the corner where you can change stuff. For example, you have your camera list and you can change the type of your camera. As you are just working in Blender, you can change the focus and everything else easily, thinking more in the artistic side and less in the technician side where you need to navigate through a lot of stuff here on the properties panel. So Photographer add-on is just amazing, link on the description. Anyway, let's go to the next one. The next add-on that I just can't live without it to develop architectural visualization scenes is the Scatter add-on. And here in the scene you are just not seeing how this add-on works because it's for now turned off. But if I come here in the side of my screen and turn on the visibility for all the grass in my scene, as you can see, I have a lot of grass going on here in this house. And the final result for this kind of rendering is something like that. So first thing first, credits for this image. This image was made by 2 different architects. I just entered in this image to give the final composition and the final lighting and details. But the guys who made it from scratch were Luan3DR and Gabriel. The link for the Instagram of those guys are in the description below. So all the credits for them. They are great artists. I hired them to develop this project for a real client. I think we made a really nice job. So anyway, as you can see, the final result is amazing. This grass is just stunning, and as you can see, the grass here looks amazing so far. And you can also for sure use things like your camera to tell to Blender where the grass will be. So let me show it in a scene, a clear scene where I can add a plane, add some subdivisions on this plane, and just come here to the scatter add-on. You can select your plane, come to the biomes manager, and you can just click and select a grass here on the corner, as you can see. So let me select a interesting grass. For example, let's come to something different like those bushes here. Okay, it's added. As you can see, it apply some objects as wireframes to make your viewport easier to use, more responsive. And as you can see, there is a lot of stuff here. And if you come to, let me just turn off the render mode in this scene here, because it's taking a lot of memory. Let me turn off the rendered view here. And as you can see, if you come to the rendered mode here, you see that the quality is just stunning. It's just amazing. You can add grass in your screen, your scene, easy peasy, just clicking and adding, and you have a great result instantaneously. So this is why I love this add-on. In most of the things that I would like to have for an architectural visualization project, for example, sometimes I wanted to have the grass constrained to an area. For example, I added a camera here, and I wanted to have the grass only where the camera is to make my scene lighter. So what I'm gonna do, I can just come here to the mask section, create a new mask. Actually, I need to do that for all things selected, as you can see. Create a new mask, clipping based on camera. So I can just come to those properties and click here and add influence to selected objects. And as you can see, the grass will be constrained only where the camera is looking for. Also, you have in this mask section a distant culling operation that you can add to your scene, and you can select how long your grass will be in your scene. For example, here I put 10 meters, I can put it in 5 meters, and as you can see, it will update instantaneously in front of your screen. You can increase it ongoing to see where you really need grass in your scene. And as you can see, I used that here around my house to make sure that the grass is appear only where the camera sees. Okay, so as you can see, those two cameras get those really nice results, and this is vital for architectural visualization. You have to have at least something that's good enough to fool the eyes of the viewer, something like that, and this add-on is just amazing. And going on to the next add-on, I would like to show the add-on that I used to make those trees and those bushes here. And the add-on that I used to make those trees and bushes, as you can see, is the add-on called, let me show you, Botanic add-on. This add-on is just fantastic, just like that. It's perfect for architectural visualization. I need to tell you the truth, the quality is great, but it's not stunning as I would like to have something, but it's good enough for most part of the work that I'm developing here. So as you can see, this rendering is looking great, the trees are looking great. I would like to have better trees in this case, but this add-on was good enough for the project. And as you can see, you can just click and add trees easily on your scene, and the quality is, as I told you, good enough for most of those cases where you are working with architectural visualization. And the best part of this add-on is that it comes with an option to change the way the leaves look according to the station of the year. For example, here I have the untone option, where I can change the colors according to the time. So here, as you can see, I have the original color of the tree, this greenish color, and you can increase the autumn leaves around the tree to make it look even better, even more related to the scene. For example, here, as you can see, I used this option to make the trees a little bit more variable, so they are a little bit different from each other, which makes my scene pop up a little bit more. Okay, this is the Botanic add-on. All the links are in the description. And the final add-on that I would like to show you is the add-on that I used to add this car here on the scene, because all the scenes that you will work in architectural visualization, in exteriors actually, you will need to add things like cars, like not fences, but like signals and things like that. And the transportation add-on has it for us. Let me show you here. The transportation add-on, as you can see, has a lot of stuff going on for us. For example, there is a lot of urban cars that you can just click and add your vehicle to your scene easily. And the best part of this add-on is all the models, actually most of the models, I don't know if all there are, but most of the objects are rigged and good to go. And this is amazing because the result is great in Eevee and Cycles. So the result is basically the same on Eevee and on Cycles. It's amazing how great this car looks. And the fact that it has the rigged stuff, so for example, let me show you. I can just click the car, click here to make editable, perfect, and I can just come here to the mode, change to pose mode, and I can animate this car as I'm going. And this is amazing for architectural visualization because you don't need to care about the velocity of the wheels. For example, the velocity of the wheels will be correct according to the movement that you make with your keyframes, which is perfect. You don't need to care about technical stuff, you just need to take care about the artistic stuff. And for me, this is amazing. Anyway, this is the video for today. Thanks for watching. If you wanted to get one of those add-ons, all the links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.